History with Larry.
All right, Larry.
All right.
It is history time with Larry, as you can see right behind your shoulder there.
Yeah, that is cool.
It is time for history. What do you got for us today?
Well, this is a story I think you're going to know this one.
Is it about a lovely lady?
No, it's actually about baseball.
Oh, a baseball story.
Okay.
Yeah, baseball story. But this dates back to 1908.
Oh, is this the Red Sox, the White Sox scandal, or the Black Sox scandal?
Cubs.
Oh, the Cubs when they won the
And the
championship.
Giants.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know it?
No.
Oh.
Well, I don't know. Maybe.
What in the world?
Is this about the goat?
No.
Okay, go ahead.
Larry, what are you doing?
I didn't read anything about goat on this one. So.
Okay, good.
Well, I'm wondering what he's doing. But
Yeah.
anyway.
It was a curse.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes, in life, you make a mistake
Yes.
and it sticks with you. No matter what you do, it just sticks with you. And that's the story of Fred Merkel.
Fred Merkel.
Merkel.
Yeah.
Haven't heard that one.
Oh, you have?
I know
Have you heard
Meghan
this?
Merkel.
No, not Meghan Merkel.
Okay, no, I don't know Fred Merkel. I know Bill Buckner. Everybody knows Bill Buckner. But,
Well, Fred Merkel played for the Giants.
Okay.
Again, this is 1908.
yes.
So the game was the Giants and the Cubs. They're for the pennant race for the championship, and the Giants were at bat. It was the ninth inning. They're the last at bat. So, game scored. Ninth inning.
Game scored. What do you mean?
I mean, the game's tied. Sorry,
Okay,
game's
right.
tied. All they have to do is score one run.
Yep.
It's over. They
right.
move on. It's the bottom of the ninth, 2 outs, and one batter goes up, hits it, gets on first base.
Oh, he's on first.
He's on first.
Yes.
So they got to run on first.
Yeah.
Steve. I don't know why I said Steve. It's Fred.
Fred.
Fred Merkel gets up to bat, hits a nice single out into the right field outfield.
Okay.
And he gets on first, but the runner on first makes it to third. So now they got
First
runner
and third
on
down the
first
corners.
and third.
Yeah.
Still 2 outs.
I'm just waiting for you to make like a mistake here, baseball terms and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Next batter gets up,
Okay.
hits a nice zinger right down the middle, over second base, right into the center field.
Yeah.
Runner on third makes it home. Everybody goes wild. The crowd just rushes the field. They were actually playing on a polo field because back then they didn't have designated baseball fields.
Right.
So everybody rushes the field. Fred, I'm gonna kind of divide the story. So the common story is Fred Merkel doesn't make it to second. He joins in the celebration because the whole team and the crowd comes out. The Giants win. The second baseman realizes he never touches second base. Yeah, he gets the ball, flags the umpire, and he walks over and touches second base, and they call him out. And of course, because he's out, the run doesn't count. The game is still tied. They go in overtime, and the Giants lose.
Extra innings.
Yeah. So
Not overtime.
Yeah. Sorry, extra innings. Sorry.
We understand.
I shouldn't do sports things.
Hey, it worked for me. I didn't know.
What are you doing?
It was called Merkel's
Boo-boo.
Blunder.
boneheaded mistake or Merkel's
Okay.
blunder, something
Right.
like that. So that was, and then the next season, I mean, the fans just ridiculed him. He was actually a decent player, not an elite baseball player, but he was decent and he was good.
Right. Fred Merkel.
It took him 2 seasons to kind of get past that. His performance in the game dropped the next season, and
I bet.
then just because the fans would just ridicule him, and he almost quit.
Yeah.
That's awful.
But he stayed with it. The coach said, "Just forget it." He goes, "Once you get back on your game, they're going to forget all that." And
His nickname was Bonehead.
yeah,
Oh, that's
tough.
terrible.
Fred Bonehead Merkel.
Wow.
Yikes. He's from Wisconsin.
yeah,
That makes sense.
Well, yeah.
Oh.
What in the world?
Now here's the other side of the story, because that's the common story that's told.
Right.
Fred Merkel in an affidavit said he did start to go to the clubhouse when they scored, but he realized he went back and he stood on second base until somebody said, "Hey, let's go to the clubhouse." So he's saying he did actually go to second base. In the meantime, what happened when he left, somehow one of the Giants players got the game ball and he threw it into the crowd. So they didn't have the game ball. One of the Cubs players found another ball, used that as the game ball, and went
conspiracy.
Yeah.
Yes.
And went and tagged second
So
base.
he really didn't make a mistake.
According to Fred Merkel, he didn't. So
well, I can't. I'm looking at Wikipedia and I can't read this really, but it's Merkel's bonehead. But yeah, he makes a okay.
yeah,
right.
I was gonna use that, but I figured now.
Right. No.
Probably that has a different meaning nowadays.
Yes.
So we'll stick with bonehead.
Yes.
Now, here's the thing. Now, some people might be saying, well, why didn't they just rewind the tape? And
They didn't have that.
yeah,
Yes,
there's
no
no
instant
instant
replay
replay.
back then.
there's no instant replay in 1908. That's something we don't think about. But yeah. So there's two different sides, but the one that won out was that he never touched second base, caused them to lose the game, and the fans ridiculed him. Even, I mean, just decades later,
Yeah.
and that label still stuck.
Wow.
So
That's interesting because they must have changed the rules or something. Baseball doesn't normally change rules, but if the runner crosses the plate first, so this is really inside baseball. So say a guy is running from first to third, and in the process of going from first to third, the guy on third scores. That run should count because even if he's thrown at third, he already crossed the plate before he got out. And so that is interesting. They must have changed it because I'm looking on Wikipedia here, and that's something about he didn't touch the base, and why does he need to? Because he already crossed the plate. But
Right.
Anyway,
yeah, well, of course, I guess back then the rules were the forced outs had to be satisfied before anything.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
because they said he never
got
touched
there.
second,
Right.
he was called out.
Yeah, that's
and-
interesting. And
yeah.
that was the year the Cubs won the World Series. And that stood forever until recently.
Right.
Within the last 10 years or something like that.
What do you mean
But-
stood forever? What is
Like the
that?
Cubs didn't win the World Series since 1908. That was
Yeah.
Okay, wow.
yeah, the lovable losers.
See,
There was
maybe
something-
that conspiracy, they were
Yes.
cursed because.
because they made a deal with the devil.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so the thing I took from this was, people may call you names and everybody makes mistakes.
Yes.
But we shouldn't let those define us.
No.
And in this case, everybody who was jeering him for his mistakes, they were just spectators. They weren't good enough to actually be on the field. So he was
Right.
actually
Yeah.
doing something. So
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
Do you like how he's doing something more than how you're not?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Your quote that you
I
always
know.
say.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Well, thank you, Larry, for that. That's
Fred Merkel's boneheaded mistake.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were going there. So, all right. Thank you very much.